Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Alright guys, it's time to talk about the tweet. Yes, the tweet. The tweet that people saw and thought immediately it was AI, but because it was Donald Trump, I don't think we should consider it being AI. The default position should be anytime we see something dopey, stupid, outrageous, that's gotta be default Trump. Yeah? Anything that is somewhat reasonable, logical, coherent, that's what could possibly and should be possibly classed as AI. Tuesday will be the power plant day and bridge day. In other words, he's going to bomb a bridge, something used by civilians, yeah? The regular folks. Not the military, not the leaders, not the regime as they like to call it, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing strait, you crazy bees, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. Actually, that's not exclamation. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. This guy is having a full-on meltdown, ladies and gentlemen. What on earth is Iran doing to this guy? And also, you know what it shows? It shows, firstly, the role of presidency isn't really taken seriously by the people in power. Otherwise, this would never have made it out. Let's be frank. The people actually calling the shots, they don't care. He's just the front man. You know what I mean? There will be many that are patriotic, that care what the world thinks about America. But the people in power don't. That's why he's tweeting all sorts of nonsense on he's got his own platform, ironically. A lot of people thought, I thought it was fake or AI. Turns out it was real. Yes, on his Truth Social platform. And then Dave Smith, the comedian who's been on Piers Morgan a few times, he goes, I can't believe how hard Tucker just went at Trump, and he is legitimately a modern American hero for doing it. So Tucker Carlson is very close with Trump. Yeah? And you know Trump, he gets very carried away with people that criticize him publicly. So for Tucker Carlson to be doing this publicly is a big deal. He's drawing a line in the sand. Could be potentially very risky or non-lucrative for him. Let's see.
Who do you think you are? You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning? You'll be living in hell.
So he's right. It was Easter weekend. People are celebrating Easter, preaching Christianity. This guy, Donald J. Trump, was being promoted by the Christians. He was doing Christian messages. So Tucker's taken a great deal of offense to that.
Watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran.
Not just the religion of Iran, just Muslims everywhere.
Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself. And we should never mock that, because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the...
Whoa. Don't think Donald J. Trump agrees with that, mate. You know what I mean? Going too far with that one, that he doesn't control the universe, Tucker.
End of it, we can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith at the biggest picture level is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out.
Respect to this guy, because Tucker, since he left Fox and went independent, has been bringing us very valuable interviews as somebody that is prominent and famous, somebody that holds a significant voice in America, in the conservative community. His voice counts for a lot. For those people thinking, why should we care what Tucker thinks? Yeah, he may not be a big voice in the Muslim community, but in the conservative Christian American community, he is. And it's better that one of their own are speaking like this to help America, let's be honest.
Which theocracy is more effective? We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion. No, this is a mockery not just of Islam, it's a mockery of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah? without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. We can't support that. That is
And I think
evil.
evil, he goes evil. He didn't hold back with this one. But he also highlighted another thing that I mentioned, which is the killing of civilians. Yeah, remember in the tweet, it says power plant day, that's something that affects everyone. Bridge, blowing up the bridges, that affects everybody. And then he goes, open the effing strait, you crazy bees. I can just imagine him just tearing the few hair follicles that he's got left on that small head of his. But it's the people pulling the strings. They don't care. Have your little rants on Twitter. We'll conduct the war here. You just deliver that speech that we've written for you, yeah? Good boy, yeah? Do your thing over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, what on earth is going on? Was that like a public humiliation ritual? Like, what was it? And it just goes to show Iran has been fully plugging forward, fulfilling its objectives, what it needs to do. America is walking behind its master, Israel, and doing whatever, trying to save face. But each time one of their leaders speaks out, comes in front of the camera, delivers a speech, says something, it just ends up being a joke, frankly. So I hope the Americans wake up. A lot of people, I haven't even mentioned about what Candace Owens has said and the other conservatives. There's only a handful of them left, and they're known to have primary allegiance to Israel. Is this what is left of the Republican, conservative, right-wing American base? Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.